Okay, in today's episode of iPadLook, I'm going to be talking about a stylus for the iPad, some alarm clock apps, and iTranslator. So, I have the stylus. This time I just purchased it, so I'm going to do an unboxing of it. So I got my scissors. So, right here. So the stylus also works for the other devices such as iPod Touch, iPhone, and it works for the iPad, so that's great. So I will demonstrate it with one of the apps that I mentioned last week. So you have the thing, it's a Griffin stylus, made by Griffin, so you can see there. Write, sketch, tap, and play on your iPad, iPhone, or iPod Touch. For the iPad, iPhone, and iPod Touch, it also has it in French there in gray. Gives flexibility, handwrite style. So it will work at angles and stuff. Yep. It will work on any iPod device. So you get this little package once you open it up. Pull it out. Has a little clip on the back. Has this little thing, so you can thread it through to hang it around your neck or on anything. So you can thread a little piece of thread through there on the top. You get a Griffin sticker. That's kind of cool. And that's basically it. It's a self-explanatory device. So let's see. Yeah, so you can't change it whatsoever. So that's basically it. So it's kind of like a small pencil, so you can hold it. Okay, so that's pretty good. Has a little rubbery feel. It feels comfortable in the hand. You kind of hold it like that. So that's nice. Now we're gonna move to the apps. Okay, so remember that my camera is not quite as good, so I'm going to be using the Griffin stylus that I just got to do this. So it works pretty well. So the first app I have is Alarm Clock. You can just search that up. I'll actually have the name, it will pop up on the YouTube video. So I'm testing out the Griffin stylus while doing this, so it seems very responsive. Now this app, you can set an alarm, one alarm. So I'll just click on okay. That's weird. Okay, you go to settings maybe. You can set your alarm. So over there in that little tab. So everything's like upside down for me. So it's on. I can add other alarms. I can show the sections. Show weekday. So I can show the weekday. I can show the seconds of that. I can show it in 24-hour view or AM, PM. You can also show the weather. Show city name. So if you're out of city, just in case. Unit of the weather, so you can do Fahrenheit or Celsius. Auto lock, features. So that's great. Done. So it shows the weather. That's a nice thing about this. One of the apps does not show the weather, and I'll get to that later. Now you can also buy the full version for I'll have like this pop up in the video, so I'll tell you full version. So it tells you the weather of the day, the temperature, the high, the low. So that's not like really rainy or anything, but you might see it says mostly cloudy. It tells you the time, tells you the date, so Sunday, all that nice stuff. So yeah, it's a great app. You can change the color if you buy the full version, and you can also wake up to instead of the default sounds. So I'm actually gonna go to alarm clock, and so the sound. So I don't know. So I'll turn that on. So you have like birds, you got classic alarm clock, you got cuckoo clock. And that's what I have it set to. So you have all those sounds, you know, you can delete their alarms, which is nice. So now I'm moving on to my next clock. This is the talk one. So with the iPad, this one basically, with your iPad, you'll record your voices or whatever you want, and you'll wake up to that sound. And you know, that's quite nice. I haven't really used this. You can edit your recordings, so you can have like up to a few recordings. This one's completely free, but it has a few ads in it. The alarm, so you set the alarm and you can change. So that's basically it. It's not that much. Doesn't have the temperature, date, or anything. So those two are personally free ones. Like this one, if you buy it, you don't get much for it. You can change the color of the clock and maybe listen to your own music, but not that great. My two favorite are sleep and alarm clock, which is a progressive alarm clock. That's what this is. I'll have the names to all of them, so when they pop up. So iHome Sleep, that's the name of that. So right now it tells me the date today on the alarm. The date today and the temperature: cloudy, the high, the low. This is tomorrow, so this is currently, this is this evening, and this is tomorrow right here. Now it seems to have music, but I can't configure it for that, so that kind of sucks. You also have bedtime, nighttime. You have a journal when you wake up. It also tells you how many hours you slept, which is nice for some people. And so this just deletes the music. That you can slide that when it's bedtime, and it will actually tell you how many hours, because you slide it when you wake up for the alarm to stop ringing. You also have other settings, so you can turn on the weather or not, you know, set the location of the weather. Reminders, you know, if you need reminders on stuff, counts, you know, message. You know, you can kind of hook this up with Facebook and like say, I'm going to bed now, or whatever when you wake up and not. So then I have my alarm. You can have multiple alarms. You can actually set the alarm to go from Monday to Tuesday or whatever days you want by tapping it. You know, it says right here. So you go weekdays is what I have mine set to. But you can go to custom configuration as well for that. Snooze time, you know, set all that stuff for this specific alarm. So each alarm can have a different thing. It's really nice. You can also have, it has quite a few of the alarm. Alarm time, reset, snooze time, sleep tube, timer, week 2, bedtime. So you have a bedtime reminder, a weekday reminder. This does the weather. So bedtime timer, week timer. Can't seem to find. Like if everything was right side up for me. Oh, name. But yeah, you can also have settings for the alarm on what the sound plays. Yeah. I can't seem to find it, sorry. I'm like upside down, so everything is messed up for me. Okay. Okay, well now everything's going to be right side up. I'm just going to flip the video actually. So the alarm name, so you can name the alarm. I'll just flip the video so I can see. So sleep time, you know, bedtime and wake up sounds. So you can have like sleep 2. So whenever you say bedtime, you can actually make it, iPod library, which is your iPod. So wake 2, you can do iPod library, whatever song. So this one's free, and then use alarm tone. That's what I wake up to. So that's where I have, you have Twitter, so whenever you wake up, Twitter will always mention that, Facebook. Hook it up with that stuff. So that's really nice. Now the last one is an alarm clock. It's a progressive alarm clock. So you don't have many settings on this, but it is progressive, which I kind of like sometimes, with a progressive alarm clock. So you have that. So that's personally, I'll have that. So you can set the time of your alarm, and you can set your pattern. So basically, I have it set at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. it will ring at 5% of the volume that I've set at the bottom, and it will increase every 10 seconds by 5%. It's pattern 1, pattern 2. You have to kind of change it every time you go to bed. And this doesn't have the weather, so that kind of sucks. Pattern 3, so on and so on. And you can start to hear the pattern, but they have different patterns. So pattern 6 is 100% every 5 seconds. So those are the alarm clock apps. Personally, I think that Sleep, which is free, is the best one. I wanted to mention one for each. So talking alarm clock, you can set your own alarm by a recording. Sleep, you could listen to your music on iTunes. Those two are free. Alarm clock is I have the free edition, which you can't. The only things you cannot do is wake up to music and change the color of the background. Then alarm clock is $3, I think, the progressive one. So that means it will increase in volume every few minutes. That's kind of nice to kind of slowly wake up. So personally, I think progressive and Sleep are the best, because Sleep has all the features and it's free. So now I have Okay, so my last app is iTranslate. So it translates from various languages. So that's can. You also have history, which I don't have at the moment. You have favorites, so you can favorite yours. So welcome to iTranslate for iPad. It's the basic one, and it translates to German. So yeah, you have all that. You can edit them all, so you can follow them on Twitter, feedback, visit these guys' website. Have favorites, so there's a lot of phrases you like to say a lot. You just want those as your favorites. You can have history. You can email these to yourself or a person after you've translated, so that's really nice. So if you know someone that's French or something, you can email either side. Really nice. So that's great. That's it for today. Okay, so I'm going to be testing the Griffin pen. So tools. eyeball. So it's kind of quite nice pen, works pretty well for the iPad.